Dear all, today I'm starting an optical fiber communication lecture series for both graduate as well as postgraduate student. I'm Professor Surinder Singh, Department of Electronics and Communication, Sant Longowal Institute of Engineering and Technology, Punjab, an institute under St. Leaf under Technical Institute under MHRD Government of India. Communication is the main need of today, sending of information in order to communicate at distance without uh, the presence of anybody in front of you. So that can even the other end, that is far away distance from your place, the information is well received at the far away distance without any problem that can possible by a good communications. So basically sending of messages from on a distance place to another by some media is called channel, and channel should be a free from any kind of loss. So message that is present at the message source, they are sent by a transmitter, utilizing some sort of boosting the information, and then we can put the information on the transmission channel, and that transmission channel may be either a guided transmission channel, maybe a waveguide or a wire, or it may be a free space in the atmosphere or in the space channels. So here your wire as well as wireless media is act as a transmission channel for sending information to the receiver. On the receiver side, receiver get the information and open it and give the uh, useful and faithful information to the end user subscribers. So if we are thinking from the back history of the communication system have appeared over the year to improve the transmission fidelity, to increase the data rate, so that more information that can be sent to a increase the transmission distance. There is a end-to-end relay station that has to be used. In the starting, there is a low data rate type of information that has to be sent. If we are taking the example of optical or acoustics means, then there is a use of like a lamp or a horn or a fire sign. There is a pre-decided arrangement between the sender and the receiver that has to be fixed before sending any information to the receiver or and subscribers. Line of sight communication that is also required in that communications. And at that time, if there is a fog or rain, then line of sight that will be disturbed, then there is a create a problem in the communication. Although in that communications there is a sense is to be used, another without using mean to say that any electricity or any kind of modulations, whereas afterward there is a another words that are used in order to sending a letter from one place to another place that has use. So there is a lot of back story. If we have now we are talking at the fast 5G 4G speed, but if we are thinking about the older time when there is no electricity is present, then really that kind of communication that has to be done in the previous Raja and Samrajya history. So in this first module, my aim is that to give the introduction about the telecommunication and fiber optic system and communications. So in this, if we have a lot of examples from older slow communication to this 5G communications and how fiber optics that is came into existence. There is a story starting from what is basically a telecommunication. If we are thinking that there are information that can be propagated uh, over around us, lot of towers, lot of dish, lot of building which consist of antennas, they are propagating as well as the receivings. Even our laptop, our mobile phone, our handset, it is also propagating and receiving the informations. So electromagnetic information, they are travel uh, as well as from one point to another point, as well as vice versa. So even in the mobile car, there is the information that is propagate in order to retrieve the information in the form of voice, in the form of data, in the form of visual. So nowadays, video conferencing that is going on without any kind of problem. The telecommunication, latest telecommunication that can solve the purpose of live streaming. So telecommunication, a formal way, there is exchange of information by using any types of, so the channel can be nowadays use of a coaxial cable. The wired cable is used RF radio frequency or microwave. Satellite link is also used if we have to send the information far away distance from one end of the world to the another end of the world. Another is the optical fiber, which is the conventional. There is a need of optical fiber communication is generated due to demand. During, if we think about the previous 3 decades, the communication is changes from megabit to gigabit. And in the starting, there is a just a browsing of website is to be start. Nowadays, live streaming, real communication that has to be occur, big data, HD video, all these transmission definitely required a huge bandwidth in order to communicate, and rate of transfer of data is also required fast. So this due to exposed growth of this internet, there is also pressure on the service provider that they can fulfill their demand, they can provide a full capacity and full bandwidth and data rate to the end users. So they are trying definitely the way out in order to utilizing all the band which is available in the communication. So light wave technology, we are thinking, is providing a promising solution for providing a high capacity and huge bandwidth, which is only and only possible with the optical fiber communications. Now, say for the example, I'm taking the example of if we want to send a any material from in the sea from one place to another place. A small boat is used a ordinary kind of wired or wireless communication with the simple coaxial wires. Now instead of these boats, if we use ship, definitely the capacity is increased. So information, term of information, the optical fiber is just like a ship in order to transfer the information from one end to the another end. So why optical fiber communication, not another communication? The information carrying capacity is the one of the most important criteria. We know that as per Shannon theorem, the capacity is equal to the bandwidth logarithmic base to 1 plus signal to noise ratio. C is the information carrying capacity of the channel, BW is the bandwidth of the channel, SNR is the signal to noise ratio. So bandwidth is definitely high in the optical communication. And if bandwidth is more, definitely the capacity of that channel is also more. That media or transmission media has also high. The bandwidth basically at least is approximately the 10% of the central frequency. In the case of optical communication, we are using around 193 point something terahertz frequency, and 10% that is came around the 20 to 25 terahertz. Although the bandwidth is in the case of optical fiber transmission is much more in term of terahertz, around 50 terahertz, a huge enormous bandwidth is available, and that huge enormous bandwidth definitely increase the capacity of media in order to transfer the information from one place to another place. That's why optical fiber transmission is used in comparison to the another low capacity media like coaxial cable, or if we are talking about the free space microwave or another channel. So if we take the history-wise during from 1960, optical frequency are of order of 5 into 10 to the power 14 hertz, and laser theoretical information exceed information capacity from microwave system by a factor of 10 to the power 5. So optical fiber provide much more reliable and versatile optical channel than that of this atmosphere. Ideally, in the starting, there is a large loss around 1000 dB per kilometer is present in the optical fiber cable. That is due to the impurity present in the material, sorry, and that material is basically the main material of optical fiber is basically the sand, and actually the after purifications with the passage of time, that impurity is to be reduced, and silica fiber having a loss of 20 dB per kilometer attenuation that has to be occur. This means signal power loss factor of 100 over 1 kilometer. So light wave technologies existed at that time, and use of optical fiber came into existence. Researchers, they are definitely making a lot of effort in order to reducing this attenuation to a 0.16 dB per kilometer at a 1550 nanometer wavelength, which is very close to the theoretical value of this around 0.14 dB per kilometer of attenuation. So using optical fiber system combined with semiconductor technology provide light source photodetector. Optical wave technology has definitely certain advantages over the conventional copper systems. If we are taking, first of all, there is a low transmission loss and wide bandwidth. More data that can be sent over longer distance. I have already explained how it is possible because of huge bandwidth and capacity is increased, and this will definitely decrease the wire and reduce the number of repeaters. Signal to noise ratio is depend upon the attenuation, and attenuation is less. So a repeater is only and only utilized when the signal to noise ratio that has to be fall to below a certain level. So in this attenuation is less, and SNR is also good, which can increase the capacity. Bandwidth is already high. So overall there is a reduction in the equipment and component and decrease the system cost and complexity. Once there is a, in the starting, although there is a need of cost in order to installing this optical fiber communication, afterward we can attach so many channel as required because of enormous bandwidth around more than 50 terahertz. Second plus point, if we see that small size and light weight, optical fiber are considerably thinner in size. The size of fiber is just like our the size of a hair. So thin size as compared to, if we are thinking about coaxial cable, and also occupy less space instead of these bulky cable, coaxial cable. It is easily used in the aircraft due to its lightweight, ship, satellite, any tactical military application where we can require a lightweight and it is easily to be placed at there. Third one is immunity to interference. Dielectric nature of the fiber guide, as it is prepared from the sand, provide immunity to electromagnetic interference. So it is not possible to pick up inductive pickup of signal from carrying wire nearby or any lightning effect that can be picked up. So this is also the plus beauty point of this. Another is electrically isolation. Optical fiber naturally constructed from the glass and which is electrically insulated. So no fiber to fiber crosstalk is possible as in the electric wire. Equipment interference problem are simplified. No need to worry about the, if we can put a closed loop as like in the electric wire. So it is easily used in the electrically hazard environment as fiber creates no arcing and sparking effect. Security is also the essential component. Signal security. Optical signal is well confined within the waveguide. If some of the eminent that can be emerged out from the guide, that can be absorbed by the opaque jacket of the fiber. So it is used where security is the main issue, particular in the banking, computer network, and military system. So it will solve the signal security purpose. Abundant raw material. Silica is the principal material of which optical fiber is made. The raw material is abundant and inexpensive as it is found in the ordinary sand. The expense is due to processing to make ultra glass from this raw material. cost per channel is lower than that of the wire cable system. Greater repeater spacing as fiber transmission data that can be possible to transmit nowadays more than 50 gigabit per second over the fiber at a distance of around more than 111 kilometer without any repeater, whereas in the coaxial system require a repeater after every few kilometers. So here data transmission is easily possible higher than 2.5 gigabit over a kilometer. Here a digital transmission hierarchy that has to be present for trunking of telephone line Northern American, where 64 kilobit voice channel communication is to be present. These digital link consisting of TDM 64 kilobit byte. The fundamental building blocks uh, there are 64 kilobit per second input, 24 channels, and first T1 multiplex that will give you a 1.544 megabit transmission rate, and it is known as the T1 rate. After that, similar 4 channel each is at 1.544 megabit per second will generate 6.312 megabit per second. So it is called T2 multiplexer, and T3 multiplexer which can take 6.312 megabit 7 signal and emerge out 14.736 megabit per second. So there is also T4 multiplexer used in which 6.14.736 megabit input signal is used and generate a use 274.176 megabit per signal used. And this is the basically a digital transmission hierarchy used in the Northern American telephone network. Different transmission rate are used in the developed standard that are called the SONET, synchronous optical network, which synchronous frame structure used for sending multiplex the digital traffic over the optical fiber. And here the bit rate uh, which is used around 51.84 megabit sending is called the synchronous transport signal STS1 signal. Higher rate SONET signal are byte interleaving NSTS, then scrambled and convert to a optical carrier OC signal. ISDN concept in order to linking that is also to be there. We have learned about the what are the plus point, how we can implement for transmission T1, T2, T type of multiplexing system for all these uh, implemented technology which already implemented in the America. Now if we see the history, the timelines in the starting, to surprise that the father of fiber optics, which gave the information in 1953 that light transmission through bundle of fiber optics, flexible fiber scope use in medical, that is also a possible, but the light through bundle of fibers that is given by the Narendra Singh Company, an Indian born American researchers, which can give this first information for the communication. 57, there is a fiber optics used for medical endoscope, and in 60 Exactly, there is an invention of laser by the T. Myman Charles Co. that is proposed the cladded fiber cable with lower loss in a communication media. 1966, a transmission fiber is proposed. 1970, actual fiber by Cronin Glass, New York has developed a fiber with loss below the 20 dB per kilometer. First semiconductor laser was developed by 72 in 1972, and Los Angeles AT&T in Chicago send a live signal through fiber optics at 850 nanometer, 6 megabit per second was the first fiber optic link in 1977. Second generation of system, that is around 1300 nanometer by single mode fiber, zero point 0.5 dB per kilometer, and third generation system is in 1550 nanometer by single mode fiber with lower loss, zero point 0.2 dB per kilometer. So 1990, Bell Labs sends 10 billion bit through this 20 kilometer and forming a example of this Soliton system and WM technology. And in 2000, NTT and Bell Labs, these are sending number of signal through a single fiber, all optical network that has to be came into existence. So exactly we see the region of electromagnetic spectrum where this optical fiber basically present is starting from this audio to millimeter. After that, if we are thinking about from the frequency point of view, around 10 raised to the power 14 gigahertz to 10 raised to the power 15 gigahertz. Telephone data video were possible. Up to this millimeter wave super high frequency, we use microwave link all. So 1844 commercial communication using wire cable started with the invention of this electromagnetic spectrum, and by modulation large information that can be propagated and high frequency in bandwidth and increase the information capacity. So that is due to the generation of this electricity, and afterward there is a TV, radar, microlink that is came into the existence. So requirement of high bandwidth is needed. So definitely researcher they are checking a high range of frequency with the transmission media. So if we see optical fiber is present between the infrared and visible range, and range is from 2.55 micrometer to 800 nanometer, just below the ultraviolet visible range. Optical spectrum band, if we see exact from frequency as well as in term of photon energy as well as in term of wavelength as well as in term of spectrum, this will give a exact information about the fiber optics in term of nanometer from 770 to 1675 nanometer, the communication range. Visible range just above that 400 to 700 nanometer, and afterward there is a ultraviolet range. This is the infrared red light from 1 meter 1.7 micrometer to 1 mm. And photon energy in electron volt is also vary from point 1 electron volt to 10 electron volt. Wavelength term we are very clear. So in term of band, there is a Q band, E band, S band, L band, and all band that has to be there for 1260 nanometer to up to a this 1675 nanometer. So the range which we have used from 700 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Now, whenever it is utilized for communication media from back history to nowadays, what kind of variation that has to be occur in the fiber and operating frequency that has to be there. First nation of link at around 800 nanometer, 850 nanometer optical fiber length, which is use a source around gallium aluminum arsenide, and afterward, if we see in term of photo detector, silicon photo detector is used with good responsibilities to be there. That is the starting range, and gallium aluminum arsenide is the source as well as amplifier which we use in order to reboosting the information. At 1300 nanometer, transmission distance for long haul communication possible for a bit rate between 400 and 600 megabit per second, and it is goes maximum up to 4 gigabit per second. Repeater spacing is around 40 kilometer. System operating at high range, that is around 1300 ton, having a certainly lower attenuation. If we are thinking about 815 nanometer, attenuation is less, and sources use indium gallium arsenide phosphorus for that laser source. If there is a requirement of optical amplifier and some semiconductor devices like a detector, that may be a indium gallium arsenide phosphorus, and amplifier used here is a optical fiber amplifier, erbium dot fiber amplifier that has to be used in the path, and transmission is possible little bit longer distance. This can overcome use over if we can think about 1550 nanometer, which is generated afterward, that will also give the lowest attenuation as compared to the uh, this this range. But here, if we are thinking that particular erbium dot fiber amplifier is used, at here in this there is a another dot potassium dot fiber amplifier is used with the indium gallium arsenide phosphorus at 1550 nanometer, which can provide lowest attenuation as well as dispersion. Even dispersion problem previous may not be there, but attenuation is lowest, but we need further lowest attenuation. Here the dispersion problem at 1310 nanometer is not there, but at here we 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 uh, we have managed the attenuation, and we can say that attenuation if less, then naturally the cost of amplifier used in the path, that is also reduces. Repeated distance is increases. If there is a generation of dispersion problem at this range, that can be managed by various means. This can be discussed in the forthcoming chapter. So exact in term of history of attenuation from this 850 nanometer to 1550 nanometer, that is given by clear cut way, and although we have discussed the main aim is that in the fiber to reduce the attenuation, so that attenuation is less, and if attenuation is less, naturally the cost and cost factor is reduced, lesser use of the amplifier in the path. So that's why there is a use of this 1550 nanometer. Third window, we can call it, this is as a 850 nanometer is the first window, 4 dB is the, and this is 1310 is called the second window. And there is a some water peak is to be appear at this, that's why there is a attenuation is increases for the high presence of hydroxyl in the fiber. Third window, lesser attenuation is to be there. Then while we are setting a optical fiber link, what are the various components which are to be used, that we have to explain in this slide. Before going into this, because this is just a transmission, sending of information to the receiving end and moving toward the network, data is converted to a bit of light which is called a photon, and they are much faster than that of weight of photon is also less than electron. Speed is fast, weight is also less. And light has higher frequency, shorter wavelength. Large information in the large information capacity we have already discussed. Now the major element which are used in the optical fiber links, uh, because we have information in the form of electrical input. Although electrical input, first of all there is a voice which are converted by mic from voice to electrical energy, and after that there is a first that message source is basically drive by the driver circuit, and then modulate by that light source and send over the optical fiber medium. So that light source, so we have a different light source which we can use, maybe a use of this light source, LED or laser, and there is a fiber fly lead is to be present. Every source has a small fiber in order to connect another fiber. So that small fly lead is used as to connect to the other single mode fiber, or we can also fused. Generally it is preferred we can use connector instead of fused, because fusion splicer are used when we want to install a fiber from one place to another place, lengthy fiber want to connect with another, then we use a splices for permanent connection. These connector and splices have also its own laws. After that, optical information is checked after a certain distance whether it is adequate or not, mean to say that we can propagate further or not. In order to check that, we use optical coupler or a beam splitter which can split the information. One is in order for checking our what is the range quality level as well as the power level. If power level is dropped, then there is a need of a repeater. First of all, optical receiver is used in order to convert the signal from optical to electronic one. Then there is a 3R process is used, that is regeneration, reshaping, relocking. Mean to see that retiming. Regeneration is basically amplified and reshaping is produce its original shape by eliminating the noise. Relocking is basically setting off signal synchronizations. After that, the signal is again modulated over the light source by a optical transmitter and sent over the optical fiber. In path, if there is a need optical amplifier in the path, that can also be placed before, that is called, we use the amplifier just before the receiver, so it is called the pre-amplifiers. And after that, it is connected with the fiber fly lead of this photodetector. These photodetector may be different for lower as well as higher bandwidth, wavelength, like the category available is pin as well as the avalanche photodiode. After that, there is a use of this photodetector convert the optical signal into electrical one, and then there is a use of amplifier, and after that signal are resorted back into informations through speaker. We can hear it, or message form. We can know what is the exact information that we can easily detect it. Now, traditionally, optical fiber cable are installed as a aerial mounted from one point to another. If you can say placed in the city, then there is a big buildings are to be there. Then it is under duct is to be used in order to install. There is a certain manhole that has to be placed in order to check the level whether the communication is sometime in order to check where is the fault. So under duct is to be used in the huge building. If we want to place in the sea, under sea, it is also possible from the one shore end to the another shore end, and optical amplifier that can be placed under the sea in order to amplify the information that can be propagated from this end to this end through through this cable, and optical amplification or repeater that can be the under the sea is easily amplifying the information. So 1100 to 1600, that has to be used, the range of this communication. The bandwidth is, we can say, another one is the longer bandwidth, another is the shorter bandwidth. Third window mainly, that is for 1550 nanometer for communication. Nowadays this 1550 nanometer communication is used. Researchers found that in fiber optics there is a fluoride glass which having a extremely low transmission loss at the mid wavelength of zero point 0.2 to 8 micrometer. The material is heavy metal like fluoride glass, which use uh, germanium tetraphosphorus major component. The glass offer minimum loss of 0.012 to 0.001 dB kilometer, which is difficult to fiber for a long length fiber. LED and laser used for shorter are gallium aluminum arsenide, whereas in the longer wavelength, indium gallium arsenide phosphorus is used. Optical multiplexing, or we can also call it as a wavelength division multiplexing. Sometimes it is wave division multiplexing, as like in the case of FDM, frequency division multiplexing or time division multiplexing. Wavelength division multiplexing is used in the case of while the signal is in the optical domain form. Here the signal are at 1550 nanometer instead of they are at frequency in megahertz or gigahertz. Here the signals are combined together, different wavelength signal, they are combined together to send over the same optical fiber cable, so that we can utilize the whole bandwidth which is available in the optical fiber and send over the transmission line. So in this we use 1550 nanometer uh, wavelength for one signal. Another signal is at 1549.2 nanometer is used. So there is a spacing of around 100 nanometer is to be there, 100 gigahertz to be there, in order to forming a double dense wavelength vision multiplexing signal. On the receiving end, same signal can be retrieved back, and accordingly we can utilize the signal like these signal they are for use photo detector, and the detector original signal is get sorted at the communication end. This multiplexer and demultiplexer just like a frequency division multiplexing and time division multiplexing, in order to utilizing the full capacity of the transmission media. This is the technique adopted in order to sending of a large information, like large optical channel like in the T1 multiplexing, T2 multiplexing, or optical carrier multiplexing. So here optical multiplexing is used in order to utilize the full bandwidth which are to be available. For that we have to take care about the various component which are to be used from the transmitter and receiver end. So in this lecture, I try to explain about the basic introduction and all history, and the band which is used for optical communication, and 1550 nanometer. Uh, Next, I will explain in the second module optical fiber structure, detail, and waveguide, and how we can fabricate it. That has to be explained. If you have any kind of query, you can send me on my official email ID surinder_sodi at slide.ac.in. Thanks for hearing. Thank you.